and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Carr going to throw right away.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
On play action, now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Carr going to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
Delayed game, offense.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Throwing on second and long. Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. That's the tight end, Jesper Horsted. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Carr now to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
They're led out by the former 3rd-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 25-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
1 quarter done and 3 more to play. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2.
From the 24, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be. Jacobs is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. That's caught by Waller out left side. Touchdown Raiders.
Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have regained the lead.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Carr will look to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Washington now brings this out. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Well, the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they had been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
And Wilson going to keep it again.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, here's Williams.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. From the 30 on second down, Carr. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now Wilson on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
So one of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Again to Williams, running right.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20.
Carr's throw complete to Hollins.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that will incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But right now, it's clearly the defenses that are stealing the spotlight in the biggest stage of sports. That's only the 4th time ever, Charles, that we have seen teams trade interceptions on back-to-back drives in Super Bowl history.
Something so rare, yet special that we're watching, because typically the teams we see playing here on Super Bowl Sunday, they're the ones that know how to limit turnovers. Just goes to show how talented both of these defenses are, that they're still coming through and forcing miscues. Little Lombardi trophy on the line.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Carr. And it's complete. This is Brandon Bolden. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
They go with Jacobs. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Just one more quarter remains in the season. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. This is caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. He got out of bounds. that's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them.
And Williams is in for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Broncos have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A big mistake there. You just got the lead fourth quarter, and now they start at the 40.
Kicking out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Throwing on second down, Carr. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
This will be caught. Judy.
And all the way home for the Broncos score.
Jerry Judy,
43 yards.
And the Broncos are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl.
So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for two. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Adams, the man in motion right. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Throwing on second and long. Carr flushed out right. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw his Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
From back at their own 10-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Wilson to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Matthias Farley.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. and they took advantage of it there. He had a nice interception and set up their offense.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Throwing his car.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Kicking out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose. But you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out.
A huge play there for Denver. 57 yards on the ground. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on fourth and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and it will push the lead up to 5.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
I give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things.
Hey, yo, good game, y'all. We're going to resume when we start another game.
If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, get the Sunday magic.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Niners and the Bills coming up next.
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader, and that's Brock Purdy.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. Taking a shot for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-0.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
Looky here, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and now an onside kick. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. I don't know many coaches that would have the guts, the nerve to do this in the Super Bowl, but they did it, and it paid off.
Well, if you were a head coach, you would have done it. I know you. You have that type of nerve, similar to Sean Payton in Super Bowl 44
that's right.
in New Orleans when he did against Indian.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Purdy now to throw off the play action. That's complete to the tight end, Warner. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Here's Purdy. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the gun, McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57?
It's the 49ers with the early lead. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Steps away to his left.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
McCaffrey on the counter. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Now Purdy.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And the Bills are going to recover.
They'll start with the option.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Purdy looking to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. It brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Purdy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now Allen again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to have it here just past the 25. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Force the ball free, and it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Purdy, he'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. He's got a man, complete. Stephon Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The kick by Bass is good. And they get rid of the goose egg, but still trailing by 8. It's 11-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The final shot before break. Purdy winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And got his man complete. So it's halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Try the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing on first down is Allen. And Diggs has it. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills have cut the lead back down to 2. Allen will try to throw for it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also...
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coach. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
on 2nd and 12. Allen. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. But Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Purdy now to throw.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Buffalo touchdown.
21 yards for James Cook. And the Bills have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen going deep for Diggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw, it's Allen. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Allen going to go on 4th down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, We saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action.
Just one. In the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Here's a run now with Kittle.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A carry here for the big tight end. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find? And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And that's going to be incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film. Do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
James Cook,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
Yeah, we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 29, Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Caught right side, Davis. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. They run here with Singletary. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The 49ers now are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get him with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So Allen's going to look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Niners are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, pulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
After the touchdown, back. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay game, offense.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they...
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison in the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And these Bills make the 90s seem like a distant memory. Buffalo is the Super Bowl champion.